What is up guys, Cardaka here, and today I'm here with another Digimon deck profile. Today we'll be going over the EX-06 Ragnaloardmon deck. So with the new support, you can kind of cheese Ragnaloardmon out a little bit easier than before. So yeah, we're going to go over the deck list as well as some of the alternatives that you can do. Now this version of the build is a more cheesier build. It's a more high risk, high reward build, and it is easier to brick, but the payoff is a little bit better. And I feel like it's a lot of fun when you can get the combo off. So let's go over with the Digitamas. So we are going to be running 4 of the Kakinmon. So this set we got 2 different Digitamas. We got the Kakinmon and we also got the little choppy boy. Forgot his name, but little choppy boy here. You can kind of choose which one you want to run. I do like Kakinmon more here, just because it starts our main phase. You can bounce a source with Ragnaloardmon's traits back to your hand, and then you can get 1 memory. So it pretty much helps you extend your turn just by giving you the extra memory. On your first turn, you can kind of Digivolve into a level 3, and then Digivolve into a level 4, and then on your second turn, you move it out, bounce your level 3 back to your hand, so they can either use it as an on play or just save it for later. So it's pretty good. I quite like this a lot more than the little choppy boy. I think it's Sakutomon, but choppy boy is cuter. Anyway, level 7s, we are running 4 of the Ragnaloardmon. So Ragnaloardmon Ace is the new boss monster for the deck. We're running 4 of them. So it's got DNA Digivolve, a black and a level 6 black and red card. And then the Blast Evolution is a Blast DNA Digivolution. So you have to have a Ragnamon and or a Briellomon on the field, and then you can Digivolve with the other one in your hand. So pretty much the same as Mastemon, and it's got Raid and Reboot, as well as a on play and on evolution ability. So trash the top card of opponent's security stack, and then this Digimon is not affected by your opponent's effects until the end of opponent's turn. And then if DNA Digivolving, you can Digivolve 1 on all your opponent's Digimon and delete 1 other Digimon. So it's a pretty strong effect. Yeah, it's pretty strong, and it's got a lot of good control as well as just invulnerability, which is really nice. So we are running 4 of those. We're also running 2 of the Ragnaloardmon from BT3. So why am I running this? This is a little bit more for the aggression. So if you're playing against a deck that doesn't have a lot of removal options, or not a lot of removal options, then this is an option for you to run. You can choose not to run this at all. I just like to run in this build just because if you do get the combo off early game, you can win pretty quickly. So for those of you who don't know what it does, it's basically security check +1, and it's also got Reboot. And on evolution, you can tuck a Durandamon or a Brielludramon from your hand to discard source, and then you can get 3 memory back. So the Digivolution is pretty much free. Assuming your opponent doesn't have a choker on the board, then you can get the combo off pretty easily. And then we are also running, even if you do have a choker on the board, you have ways to remove it, so it's not too big of a problem. For the level 6s, we are running 2 of the Ragnamon from ST12. So I'm running this because it works really well in conjunction with the Ragnaloardmon from BT3. You can kind of stack the attack on it. If you cheese this out using the delay, then you can have this on the board from your other turn. And then you can Digivolve this, tuck the other one, or if you have another one instead, then you can just put that in, and you can use this. Assuming you use one of your lower level source cards to put a card into this card's source, you'll get an extra 3k in a security check. So you can swing for 3 security checks, which is pretty nice. So running 2 of those. And if you're breaking, this card's also okay. It lets you, on attack, check the top 3 cards of your deck and play a Legend Arms that's 7 cost or less to the field with the opponent's cost, and put the rest at the bottom of the deck. So overall, he's just a nice card to have. You don't need to run too many of him, but you can run 1 or 2 if you like. I'm running 2 personally. And I'm also running 3 of the EX-06 Ragnaloardmon. Overall, this card is more solid just because this can be used as your backup plan. We'll explain the kind of the game plan later on, but you can pay 3 to put this card under one of your level 6 Digimon or a card with Legend Arms in its traits, and then you can delete something with less DP than this card. And on evolution, you can attack. You choose one of your Digimon to attack. It's also got raid and piercing, so yeah, it's pretty solid rare. We're also running 3 of the Ragnaloardmon from EX-06. So this one, same thing. You have to pay 3 memory to put this under level 6 or a Legend Arms card, and then you can Digivolve 1 on all of your opponent's Digimon with less DP than this card. Pretty scary. So for the inherit skill, it gives blocker, and then while this Digimon is Ragnaloardmon, it can't leave the battle area other than by your effects or deletion. So it's pretty okay. But this one's we're also running 2 of the old one, which makes it while this card is Ragnaloardmon, is not affected by opponent's Digimon for the inherit ability. And for the main ability, it's when a card is placed into this card's source, this Digimon cannot be deleted by effects or returned to the owner's hand or deck until the end of your opponent's turn. And then when Digivolving, you can look at the top 3 and play a 7 cost or less Legend Arms with opponent's cost and put the rune to the bottom. So both have its uses. I think depending on what matchup you have, you'll choose which one you want to use. But I just like having this one in source more because you can give blocker. But this one, in general, you kind of, yeah, again, it really depends on what matchup you have, because if you're playing against a deck that can remove you with options and stuff, you might want to use this. Of course, you're still not immune to deletion, but you can use this to prevent bouncing from effects, from options and stuff. So that's pretty good. But this one just makes it immune to Digimon effects, which might be better overall. So you can kind of adjust the ratio, but I think the Digivolution is pretty strong, so we're running 3 of those for that reason. Next, for the level 5s, we're running 4 of the Ragnaloardmon from EX-06. So the main effect activates from hand, pay 2 cost to put this card into a Legend Arms trait Digimon or a level 5 Digimon, and then you get plus a secret check +1. And then whenever a card is added to their source, this Digimon gets raid and piercing. And then for the inherit ability, it's whenever this card changes targets, trash one of your opponent's security. Attack changes targets, yeah. So works pretty well with raid. Next, we're running 4 of the Ragnaloardmon. So again, from your hand, you can pay 2 costs to put this card underneath one of your Digimon's level 5 or Legend Arm traits cards, and then one of your opponent's Digimon gains a new ability, and that's at the start of main phase, this Digimon attacks. So you can use this to bait your opponent to attack into your big beefy Digimon. And whenever a effect is placed under this card's source, it gets blocker and reboot until the end of the turn. So pretty good. And on both turns, whenever a Digimon would be deleted other than by one of your effects, by trashing a card with Legend Arms and trace this Digimon from this source, prevent that deletion. So yeah, it's got a bit of protection as well, which is really nice. And then for the level 4s, we're running 4 of the Ragnaloardmon. So paying 1 cost, you can put a Legend Arms or a level 4. Put this underneath a level 4 or Legend Arms, and then this card gets plus 2k. Or sorry, that Digimon gets plus 2k until the end of your opponent's turn. And then whenever a card is put underneath the card's source, it gets blocker and reboot. So you guys kind of get the general idea of the deck. So this one is also pay 1 cost from your hand. Put this card into a Legend Arms or level 4, and then this card gets plus 4k until the end of your turn. So they work pretty similarly. If you want to block, use this one. If you want to attack, use this one. So it's kind of like Sword and Shield, pretty nice. And then whenever card is tucked underneath this card source, you get plus you get Raid and Piercing. And their inherent skills buff attack and defense. So on your opponent's turn and on your turn. So yeah. Next, we are going to be running 4 of the Spartamon. This card is kind of like the bread and butter of the deck. You really need this card for your 2-card combo. The main effect, which is not super important, is you can put this underneath one of your Legend's Arm or level 3 Digimon to draw a card. And then the on-play ability, which is the more important one, is when this card is placed, you can discard a Legend Arms card to draw 2. You want to use this ability to ditch your level 6s, so you can cheese it into your source with this, and then that way whenever your Digimon dies, you can use the delay effect to play that level 6 from the source. Do a little bit more detailed later, but we're just going to go over the rest of the deck first. But yeah, that's the main gist of the combo. These ones will just help buff you. It's not super important. We're running 3 Subamon, 3 because we don't have space for the 4th one. 1 cost. Put this underneath Legend Arms or a level 3 Digimon, and then you get plus 4k. And then whenever a card is put underneath the source, you can draw 1. So not amazing, but it's still pretty good. And we're running 3 of the Ragnaloardmon from EX-06. So this one, the same, gets 2k until the end of opponent's turn, and you can draw 1 whenever a card is put underneath the source. So they're pretty similar. Their draws are useful because if you really can't dig, you don't have Spartamon or something to dig, you can use these to dig. Because we are also running 2 of the searchers. We're running the Ragnaloardmon from BT3, but this cannot search for your option card. So we're running 2. These are just used to help dig for other pieces. Like for example, if you don't have a Ragnaloardmon in your hand, or you don't have a useful level 6 in your hand, you can use this to dig it in. And these are pretty good as well. If you only have this as your rookie, you can just Digivolve into this one, and then go into your level 4. Move this during your raising area, bounces back to your hand so you can reuse it. So another reason why we like the Kakimon. So for Tamers, running 2 Tai. Tai is here again. It helps you dig. Whenever a target is changed, you can draw 1, and then it also gets plus 2k, which is really nice because it works for both blocker and raid. So you just get plus 2k. For either offense or defense. So Tai is pretty good. If you don't really need the draw, you can choose to run the BT1 Tai for the extra security check if you want. But I think the extra DP and draw will be more useful most of the time. And last but not least, we're running 4 of the option. This is Inheritance of the Legendary Sword and Shield. So what this card does is, while you control a Legend Arms Digimon, you can ignore the color requirements. And then you can play 1 Digimon with Legend Arm in its traits from your trash as one of your Digimon's bottom evolution card. And then just play this in the battle area. Whenever a Digimon would leave the battle area other than by effects, you can play 1 Legend Arm traits from that Digimon's evolution source without paying its cost. So why I say it's so important is because you can pretty much ignore going into building a line in your raising area, because let me show you guys. On your turn, you will play the Spartamon. You're going to ditch, and then you can draw 2. It doesn't matter what you draw. Or just say we just got to draw. We draw something like this. and then you play the option card. The option will let you put this from your trash back into the source, because it doesn't require you to put it under any level. You can just put this in the source, and then on your opponent's turn, if they kill it, then this card comes out. If they don't kill it and it's on your turn again, like, oh, they're scared of it, you can use this just to crash. With 1000 EP, it's probably gonna be crashing pretty easily. And then you can play this. Of course, if they kill it on your turn, it'll be better because you can use this to attack. But if not, you can also just have another. If you have one in the raising area, you can push it out and you can progress. If not, you can just have this on the board. In that case, if you're scared, putting this one in your raising area, putting this on your source might be better because you can have the protection, and then you can just have some random thing. For example, oh, I have another spot on my hand. Just pay 1 cost, put this in the source. That way, you get the effects of the protection, and then when they attack you, you can just blast evolve. Yeah, just blast evolve, and then voila. So the combo is pretty easy to do, but it does require a little bit more effort. But once you get it off, it's pretty strong. So that is pretty much of his deck, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Oh, also, before I forget, you can also use the effects of your level 6s that can tuck itself. You can use it to put it into your evolution source manually. It will be a bit more expensive this way, but in case you don't have a if you don't have a level 6 at the time you play the option, you can still do it manually by paying 3 costs, put it in, and if you still have the delay on your board, you'll still be able to use this to attack and stuff, and then have this up back on the board, which is really nice. But yeah, I think the deck is definitely a lot easier to play than before, just because the old Ragnaloardmon deck, you had to have your stacks, but now you can kind of cheese out your stack. And with the new cards, like the ones that you just pay cost to shove it in, you can have a strong Ragnalord on your board. Wait, where is it? I guess this one will work as well. So if you have your Ragnalord on the board, you can slowly build it up. If they can't kill it, you can just always build it up by just shoving these sources into the Ragnalord. So you can just build it up and have a stack like usual. So I think the gimmick's pretty fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to support the channel, feel free to use the links down below. But this is Kartaku, and I will see you guys next time.